Grenier and I'm a nursing major.
Hi, I'm Holly Anderson and I'm a health science major.
I'm Madison Probert and I'm a biology major.
I'm Emma Laver and I'm a nursing major.
I'm Ty Sizemore and I'm a nursing major.
A lot of people in our world today have an incomplete understanding of the differences between inorganic foods and organic foods. It's our job as healthcare professionals to be able to educate people and help our patients better understand this current trendy topic so that more people can live the lives they want to with the knowledge they need. We are here today to try and educate you so you can educate others about the differences between inorganic and organic foods.
Knowledge to keep in mind throughout the presentation. First of all, according to Demery, Luce, and Modal 2016, retail sales of organic foods in the United States have grown approximately $1 billion in 1990 to $39 billion in 2015. Furthermore, according to the same source, in 2011, organic food sales represented 4.2% of total retail food sales in the United States, which has increased from the 1.4% it was in 2001. So it's easy to see exactly how much organic food has impacted this way of life, and that the amount bought and the total money spent has steadily increased throughout the years. Although, this brings up the next question. Who sells organic products? According to Fallmer, in 2010, natural retailers sold 39% of organic foods and 54% was sold by mass market retailers such as mainstream supermarkets, club and warehouse stores, and mass merchandisers. And examples of these include businesses such as Costco and Walmart. Many mainstream retailers today offer their own line of natural or organic foods, use shelf tags to promote natural and organic choices throughout the store, and even devote a section of the store to these products. So they definitely play a prominent role in these businesses. With that in mind, now that you all know a little bit about the history of organic foods, it's important to know exactly what they are.
So what is organic food? Does it mean that it's grown without pesticides? Does it mean that it just is not farmed using modern day machinery? According to the USDA in 2016, the term organic is a labeling term for food or other agricultural products that have been produced using cultural, biological, and mechanical processes that support the cycling of on-farm resources, promote ecological balance, and conserve biodiversity in accordance with the USDA organic regulation. So what does that mean? As you're farming and we're producing these products that everyone is eating, that we are not disturbing the ground any more than we absolutely have to, and minimizing our cultural impact via the use of pesticides or any other harmful substances. So, when you're at the supermarket and you see labels such as 100% organic, what does that mean? To earn the tab of 100% organic, all ingredients must be certified as organically produced and processed, excluding the water and salt, of course. That came from a study from Demoria, Luce, and Motel of 2016. Furthermore, to receive just the organic label, Demoria, Luce, and Motel of 2016 also stated that foods must consist of at least 95% certified organically processed ingredients, excluding water and salt. The remaining 5% of the ingredients in the products may be non-organically produced, but must be on the USDA's national list. And in order to find that national list, you can visit the USDA.gov, and they have a full outline of all the products that they have authorized for use on these in the agricultural business. And finally, when you see made with organic ingredients, it means the product's at least 70% certified organic ingredients, excluding the water and salt. Can use the claim made with organic ingredients and may list up to 3 individual organically produced ingredients on the side of a panel, but may not claim to be organic on the front of the package.
Conventional farming has been around for thousands of years. It allowed early civilizations to use crossbreeding to modify the seeds to their needs. With the seeds modified, they then had the ability to travel and plant these seeds in any nutritious soil they found. If the environment allowed, they could plant whatever they wanted. However, the use of pesticides and herbicides did not begin until the early 1940s in an effort to meet the rising population and the needs of World War II. According to the USDA, pesticides were initially used to develop plants with faster growth rates, produce higher yields, they control pests and diseases, and modified larger seeds or sweeter fruit.
So now that we know what organic food is, let's talk about what inorganic food is. Inorganic food is also known as conventional food and will be referred to that way throughout this presentation. Conventional agriculture typically has high use of synthetic pesticides and mineral fertilizers, as well as a high proportion of conventionally produced concentrate feed in animal production. And you can see in that far left picture there, that's a picture of a crop duster dusting the crops with pesticides. And conventional farms can use genetically modified seeds, such as corn seeds, and you can see up there, those corn seeds are blue because of the GMOs in them. Additionally, animals may not be free range and they may be fed growth regulating hormones, steroids, and antibiotics. And so you can see in the bottom right, the cows are not free range. Additionally, as Ty mentioned, you have to be 95% organic to be considered organic. So anything that would be less than 95% would be considered conventional.
Going back to organic food, it's important to look at some of the common misconceptions about it. First of all, many think organic food is superior. And by that, they believe that since organic fertilizer instead of synthetic fertilizer is used, it's far better. Although, according to Demery and Luce and Model, 2016, advocates of organic foods claim that organically grown foods are nutritiously superior to foods grown with conventional agriculture methods that use chemical fertilizers. But it actually does not matter whether organic or synthetic fertilizers are used, as long as all of the essential nutrients are provided. Synthetic fertilizers are formulated to meet this requirement. Organic fertilizers may or may not be. So it's not quite as superior as some think. That in mind, let's move on to the next misconception: no pesticides. Many think that organic food does not have any pesticides whatsoever, but in fact, that's not necessarily true. According to Demery, Luce, and Model, although organic farmers avoid the use of synthetic pesticides, organic foods sometimes contain synthetic pesticide residues, probably because of the cross-contamination by wind and groundwater. So, there will be a smaller amount, true, but there's still some there regardless. Although even then, it's actually not a huge concern. From an article written by McCulloch, 2015, Carroll, a PhD food toxicologist and vice chair of the Department of Food Science and Technology at the University of California, says, and I quote, "Neither conventional nor organic pesticides pose any real health risk to consumers, so the differentiation between these pesticides is moot. Organic pesticides typically are naturally occurring, while most conventional pesticides are synthetic, but they all obey the principles of toxicology. So these are not as big as of a concern as some people believe. With that in mind, there are still some more misconceptions about organic food, which Ty will explain to you.
Many people think that it's organic, it has to be better for me, it's got the sticker, the USDA must have found something in it, right? Well, that's not necessarily the case. A statement from Boundary et al. From 2015 states, the non-use of synthetic fertilizers and chemical pesticides assumes that organic production may enhance the nutritional quality of the food and in turn the health status. Under that assumption, the qualitative studies and quantitative studies have not been sufficient in actually justifying the fact that organic food is indeed healthier for you, or that there is an increased health benefit from these types of foods. The next one, organic food consumption may reduce the risk of allergic disease and of overweight and obesity, but the evidence, again, is not conclusive due to the likely residual confounding, as consumers of organic food tend to have healthier lifestyles overall, and that is from Me et al. In 2017. Repeated studies have shown that people that are eating the organic food are already living a healthier lifestyle. They are the ones that are working out, they are the ones that are running in the marathons, and have a general sense and knowledge over their health at this point in time, so they're just going above and beyond and adding the additional nutrients and ensuring that they are removing all toxins from their body. But to actually say that the food is better, the studies have not been supported of it yet.
One misconception of inorganic foods many people have is that inorganic foods are sprayed with chemicals and pesticides, and organic foods are not. Plant protection in conventional agriculture is largely dependent on the use of synthetic pesticides. Surprisingly, certain pesticides are actually approved for use in organic agriculture too. In Europe, there are 385 approved pesticides for conventional farming and 26 approved pesticides for organic farming. Similar to what Ty said earlier, another misconception about inorganic food is that someone who eats inorganic foods will not be as healthy as someone who only eats organic. Review of multiple studies have led researchers to be able to demonstrate that although many organic foods provide slightly greater levels of vitamin C, iron, phosphorus, and magnesium, which individually have health benefits on their own, these levels are not considered great enough to make organic food be known as significantly healthier for the average consumer.
Who's ready for some fun facts about organic food? I know I am. Organic foods have been on the rise for their demand, not just in the United States or in the local Helena area. No, the demand for organic products is increasing rapidly in all industrialized countries, including Europe. Organic farmland has almost doubled since 2004. That comes from a study conducted by Baudry et al. In 2015. Next one, organic farming isn't just for developed countries. That is false. As a matter of fact, a study conducted by Yadav and Patak of 2016 states about 1/3 of the organically managed land of the world is in developing countries. They're seeing a large increase of the organic farmland in India and parts of Africa and other countries of that nature because they have the land available that hasn't been overpopulated at this point. More so Africa, not as much India, but they're still on the rise.
In addition to conventional farming being around for thousands of years, there has also been farming in all 50 states for many years, even though the states have various climates. In a census performed by the USDA in 2017, in those 50 states there was about 2.1 million farms in operation today. This is a big dip from the 6.1 million farms in operation in 1935. Also, conventional farms tend to have a significantly higher crop yield compared to that of an organic farm. According to Stanford University, organic farming typically yields 20 to 50% fewer crops than conventional agriculture. With the higher crop yield, the agriculture industry can keep up with the increasing populations.
Now that we have knowledge on what organic and inorganic mean in terms of food, let's look at nutritional status. According to Hoffman and Wivstad, 2015, systematic differences between organic and conventional products are often small, and the variation between the studies is large. It is therefore not possible to conclude that organic foods in general differ from conventional foods with respect to nutritional content, but that there are still evidence of specific differences in content for certain products. There are indications that crop-based organic products have higher contents in antioxidants, but there is no general agreement. This study was done in 2015 and they arrived at this consensus. However, Mai et al. 2017 added on to this. They say that the nutrient composition is believed to differ only minimally between organic and conventional crops, with modestly high contents in folic compounds in organic fruit and vegetables. There is likely also a lower cadmium content in organic cereal crops. Organic dairy products and perhaps also meats have higher content of omega-3 fatty acids compared to conventional products, although this difference is likely of marginal nutritional value. While organic food consumption may possibly reduce the risk of obesity, the evidence, as Ty said, is not conclusive due to the consumers of organic food tending to have already healthier lifestyles. So, while it can be positive on individual nutrition status, it is unlikely to make a profound difference by itself. In terms of nutrition in the community, While it can have society's individuals eat a little better, it doesn't change the cost that the community charges for its nutritional needs. According to Demery, Luce, and Modal, 2016, organically grown foods may cost 10 to 50% more than conventionally grown foods. Thalmer, 2013, points out a few reasons for this. One is growing crops without pesticides can cause losses from crop damage and incurs increased labor costs for weeding and pest control. Also, animals raised to produce organic meats must be fed more expensive organic feed. And there's a fee for organic certification too. So all of these costs have an impact on the community in terms of developing a better nutritional status for its people, and that it's harder to have them maintain it. While organic food does not make everything 100% better in terms of nutrition, that doesn't mean that the products they sell are worse for the body. Considering that, does this mean that organic foods have a positive contribution or not?
So is organic food a positive or negative contribution? Well, overall we say it's kind of neutral. We have a quote from an article that encapsulates our thoughts. Whether people buy organic or conventional, it's the nutritional quality of the overall diet that matters. There are lots of contradicting articles evaluating if organic food is truly better than conventional. As previously mentioned, people who buy organic food are already having healthier lifestyles. Long-term studies aiming to link organic food to true health haven't been done yet, mainly due to cost. Also, these studies utilize self-report methods, which is also prone to error. So if you want to and can afford organic food, go for it. It will not hurt you. If not, buying healthy conventional food won't necessarily hurt you either.
The relevance of this discussion of inorganic food or organic food is very relatable within many healthcare professions. Nowadays, infections caused by antibiotic-resistant bacteria are increasing, and resistance to antibiotics is probably the most major public health problem. Antibiotic use in farm animals has been criticized for the emergence of this resistance to infections and diseases around the world. For the general population, the main source of pesticide exposure comes from pesticide residues found on different foods that are eaten overall. This means that health professions, such as public health workers, play a key role in providing clear information to the public about recommended dietary guidelines based on the current research and knowledge. These recommendations will help educate consumers about such health topics like whether to eat organic or not, and will also influence the media and the greater public, which plays a role in the people's choice. Furthermore, nurses have an influence on their patients' health and what they feel they may need in their diet. But nurses may also have to deal with patients who refuse not to eat inorganic or organic foods due to their values that may or may not correlate with antibiotic use in animals. Pharmacists are also another healthcare profession that deals with relevant topics such as organic or inorganic produce consumption. Pharmacists need to be able to understand how particular foods interact with certain medications and be aware that some of their customers may only eat certain foods or have a specific diet that may affect the medications that they are on. This is why it's important that most all healthcare professions have a good understanding of the difference between inorganic and organic foods due to its relevance in our world today.
According to May 2017, current research on the role of organic food consumption in human health is scarce as compared to other nutritional epidemiology topics. In particular, long-term interventional studies to identify potential links between organic food consumption and health are lacking, mainly due to high costs. We agree that further research is needed. This topic is so new that there has not been very much studies that are complete for one side or the other. Therefore, as a future healthcare professional, advocacy for more research studies is greatly needed. More specifically, advocacy for more research in the area of either proving or disproving the possibility that pesticides are affecting health. In addition to further research, it is necessary for the healthcare professional to educate patients. For example, it is common when a patient diagnosed with cancer and wants to change to all organic food. It would be the nurse's job to inform them that there is no qualitative studies to show that organic is better or worse for their health.
So in your future careers interacting with a patient, it is important to remember these facts from this presentation to inform your patients on the difference between inorganic food and organic food. It's also important next time you are going to a grocery store and you see organic food versus inorganic food and deciding which one you want to buy. Thank you for watching our presentation. Following this presentation, you will be able to go with us on a field trip to a local supermarket to look at price comparisons between organic and inorganic food, as well as a blind taste test between the two. To start our adventure at Vans, we're going to price compare inorganic milk with organic milk. So here you can see an organic whole milk for $3.99, or you can get a whole gallon of non-organic milk for just $3.59.
Oh, you can see that this organic sour cream that's only 16 ounces costs 40 cents more than a non-organic sour cream that is 24 ounces.
As you can see, this organic yogurt is $4.39, which is $2.10 more than regular yogurt.
This organic bread is $3.99 compared to that of $1.99.
If you're like me and enjoy fresh fruit, the first thing I want to look for is a fresh set of bananas from the grocery store. These are organic, and right now they're $1.99 per pound. Based on the weight, that's going to be a $5 bushel of bananas. Here we go. This is more my style. 69 cents per pound for non-organic bananas. And it looks like you get more for the buck, but we'll have to taste test a fruit to see which one is actually better. If you don't like bananas, you can also try Fuji apples. Here we have inorganic Fuji apples for $1.89 per pound, and this just so happens to be one of the samples that we're going to do for our sample test. Follow me to the organic section. Here we have an organic Fuji for $3.09 per pound. We're going to buy it anyway just to see which one tastes better. Thank you so much. The most important part of purchasing any produce is preparation and washing it. So what we've done here is placed an apple in the Minions cup. I know which ones. We've placed the other in this Cars cup. At this point, I'm going to feed it to the ladies of the group and have them tell me which apple they feel has a better taste and they enjoy more.
Wait, okay,
This one.
Minion.
Minion. Okay.
Minion.
Minion cup first.
Okay.
Okay. Other one?
Okay.
Okay.
The second one was sweeter, but I don't know which one would be organic.
I think the first one was softer, is what I noticed.
Yeah,
but
the first
I don't
one
know.
were like grainy.
Yeah.
The first one was more grainy.
Yeah. The second one was crunchier.
Mhm. And definitely sweeter. I
Yeah.
noticed that.
So if you had to choose which apple you guys would buy at the grocery store, would it be number 1 or number 2?
My vote would be 2.
I think two
Yeah.
also.
That is the non-organic apple.
Oh,